Okay, so far in English 109, you've written a personal narrative essay, a story about yourself written in the first person. You've also written an analysis essay where you took a cultural text, made observations, and developed some inferences based on those observations. In this unit, you're going to stretch yourself even further. You're probably also getting into the pattern of the course of taking on an assignment, figuring out what's being asked of you, brainstorming, drafting, revising, and then polishing and submitting an essay. We're going to be doing the same thing in this unit. Now you're going to do some research and write a proposal. This kind of research persuasive writing is a really key skill at the university. If you can master research and citation and persuasive writing, you can do almost any form of writing that's going to be asked of you at the university level. And you'll also be prepared to be a really effective writer in any number of careers. Even more than that, you'll become a much better communicator because you'll learn the best ways to support the beliefs and arguments that you want to make. A proposal essay is a lot like any kind of persuasive or argumentative writing. The difference is a proposal actually tells the audience something that should be done. The key to a successful proposal essay is that you choose a topic that you actually care about. It should be a topic that people might have multiple viewpoints about. And it's not too simple. You don't just propose that there should be free pizza for university students. Also, you may want to stay away from topics that incite strong disagreement. Topics like assisted suicide or abortion can be handled really well. But there are other ways that the response to these topics can be very sensitive, so it can be difficult to write a successful proposal essay. Be willing to choose a topic that you're curious about but not an expert on. And also be willing to change your opinion about the topic as you research and write the paper. You'll get a lot of help with choosing a topic for this unit, but know that the number one requirement is that this is a topic that you're interested in and care about. The topic also has to have a thesis statement that makes it the right size of essay for a 4 to 5 page proposal assignment. Let me give you some examples. Let's say that you're interested in internet privacy issues. You could write 3 or 5 or 13 books about this topic. So you want to try and narrow things down. Perhaps the first way that you narrow it down is that you look at the way the issue has been dealt with recently in Canada. You might begin by looking at Bill C-30 that was proposed in Canada in the winter of 2012. Then you'll want to get even smaller. For a proposal essay, you have to be able to make a suggestion about ways that your audience could actually act on your thesis about the issue. So with Bill C-30, what are the ways the bill might be changed? What would be an alternative bill? Could there be something like an educational program that is used in place of a change in the law? If you look at Bill C-30 and you start doing some research, there are ways to narrow down that issue and choose just one dimension. For instance, looking at the title of the bill. The first proposed title of the bill was the Protecting Children from Internet Predators Act. If you investigate just this title, what are the ways that this title might be appropriate? What are the ways that it might be misleading? Your thesis statement could be that this title was a way of obscuring the true implications of the bill, and then you could propose that there be a more appropriate title. Or you could propose specific changes to the law itself so that the title would be more appropriate. There would be a lot of different places to go for research on this topic, from scholarly articles to newspaper editorials. If you did a scholarly search, you'd also find that there's lots of quantitative and qualitative analysis on this topic that you can find. For instance, a scholarly search might bring you to a 2011 article by Stephen Roberts that looks at the ways that newspapers in Canada have shaped public perceptions around the, quote, fear of cyberspace, unquote. Using this research and other associated articles, you could develop a thesis about how this proposed bill feeds into or perhaps reacts to public perceptions around internet privacy. And then your proposal itself could take on a variety of different forms, different possible forms. You could suggest concrete amendments to the bill that address some of those public fears that you've found through your research. You could propose an educational program that would accompany the bill that would help to increase public knowledge around internet privacy issues. Or you could propose this educational program as an alternative to the law itself, arguing that if people knew better how to safeguard their own privacy online, the government would not need to be involved. It's okay to have a thesis about your topic before you start your research, just as it's okay and sometimes expected that your thesis will change a little bit as you do your research. The key is that you try and develop one small and unique angle on your topic. This should feel liberating. You don't have to say everything there is to say about the topic you choose. Instead, for a good proposal essay, you just have to propose a change or a solution that is small and modest and doable. The other advice I have for you in this unit is about research. You can always do more research. Don't settle for just the first few articles that you find. The truth is that a really well-researched proposal essay almost writes itself. But a proposal with no real research or really random bits of research usually turns out pretty badly. And try to put perspectives and research sources together. A research essay with just one source per paragraph is not a real research essay. Research means searching for sources and then searching again. So don't stop. Even after you've drafted your essay, you can always look for sources that confirm your opinions or that offer counter-arguments. And as you're reading your peers' work, make sure to try and help them too, to build better research into their essays and to find sources that are going to help them to write this proposal essay. As always, make sure that you save all of your drafts and rough work because these materials you may later want to put into your final portfolio. And remember that this is one of the essays that at the end of the semester you might choose to rewrite again. Don't worry too much because throughout this unit you're going to get a lot more help and a lot more guidance about how to engage with the research process. I hope that you enjoy this assignment. I know that it can be hard to get started on a proposal essay because it's difficult to feel like you know enough or care enough about a topic to really develop your own strong opinion about it. But the truth is, at university, you rarely get the opportunity to really investigate something that you care about and then propose a change or solution. So I hope that you take this opportunity and learn from this process.